So, Dennis Schroder is signing a 1-year deal with the Boston Celtics worth about 5.9 million. And, this is sort of a bit of a weird signing. I think for Schroder, he definitely fumbled the bag. I mean, he turned down a 4-year, $84 million extension from the Lakers, and now to have to sign a 1-year deal for $6 million where you have to bet on yourself is certainly not ideal at all, but there just wasn't a market for him, so this is what happens. And then for the Celtics, I think this is a good move. I think Schroder is worth more than $6 million despite quite a poor playoff performance. I think they needed a point guard. It was looking quite slim in the backcourt between only having like Pritchard and Smart, and we'll see what his role is. I saw something where maybe he is backing up Marcus Smart, or maybe he works his way into the starting lineup and they start him, Smart, Brown, Tatum, and Horford. We'll just have to see. I think, even despite not having a great season, Schroeder still averaged about 15.4 points per game. So, he is still someone who can get buckets, whether it's in the mid-range or getting inside. I mean, the efficiency isn't great. Only, 44% from the field, less than 34% from three. He's not a very good shooter from three-point land. And then the playmaking, I mean, he averaged almost 6 assists a game last year, and he has proven himself to be a capable playmaker, but I don't feel like he's a great playmaker. So we'll see how much the ball's in his hands and how much he's making the other players on the Celtics better. I think that could go either way. If I think of defensively, I mean, he's not a great defensive player, pretty small. That's pretty much just about it. He's not a standout defender. If I think of the spacing, obviously, I mentioned he's not a great shooter. Will that be a problem with the Celtics? I think they're probably better equipped than most teams to compensate for his lack of shooting. I mean, he's not a terrible shooter. He can still take the occasional three, but, between Brown, Tatum, Horford, and Smart all being capable shooters, I think they could use actually a guy who can attack inside and, get to the free throw line occasionally and do that sort of thing. So I think in that scenario, he is a useful player for the Celtics. Maybe gives them a little bit more rim pressure, a little bit more, someone who can get more baskets more reliably inside, because a lot of those guys, Tatum, Brown, I mean, they can get to the rim, but, it has been an issue where they're not getting to the rim enough and they're settling for longer jumpers. So, you'd hope that Schroeder can give them more, just pressure on the rim. And then you can also stagger Schroeder with Tatum and Brown. His best seasons in OKC were when he was coming off the bench and almost won Sixth Man of the Year and providing that scoring. So I think if he can try and get back to that, where he's coming off the bench, he's playing a little bit more off ball, he's not the main focus at all, he's able to attack off the catch and attack the rim, and then he's shooting okay catch and shoot wise. I think that's probably the best case scenario. And then defensively he's fine, and maybe even he's a bit of a playmaker, because the Celtics do need a point guard after losing Kemba in the Horford trade. So yeah, I think that's sort of the path and what Celtics fans and Schroeder would hope for. If I think of like the negative side a bit, he's sort of a guy who looks for his first, and the Celtics have quite a few of those guys, so maybe there's just not enough ball movement on the team, which has been an issue, though they do have a new coach in Udoka. The three-point shot isn't going down, and, teams are able to bring more attention to Tatum and Brown and sag off Schroeder. And, defensively, it doesn't work, and he can't switch, and, he's being picked on. I'd say that's sort of the nightmare scenario for the Celtics. But in that case, they could just bench him. I mean, he's only on a 1-year deal. He's pretty cheap. And they do have all other options between Smart in the backcourt, maybe Pritchard. I feel like they're sort of missing one wing, because apart from Tatum and Brown, they have a lot of like young guys, Neesmith, Langford. I feel like they need someone to step up in the wing position. But yeah, overall for the Celtics, I think this is a good move to get Schroder, someone who can help them at point guard, just for so cheap. I mean, it's such a low risk deal for them. And then for Schroder, I mean, I guess he hopes the fit is better and he plays better, and he's able to get his value back up, and then he can sign a bigger deal in after this year. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more NBA content, and I'll see you guys next time.